Adrien Brody, crowned Best Actor Oscar 2025 for The Brutalist, took to the stage carrying decades of dreams and devotion. His transformative portrayal of Laszlo Toth, a Holocaust survivor turned visionary architect, resonated deeply with audiences and critics alike. On that night in Hollywood, the golden light illuminated not just a man and a statuette, but a journey. From aspiration to recognition. At 51, Brody reclaimed his place in cinematic legend, speaking with humility and fire about resilience, memory, and the enduring power of art. The applause swelled as he held the Oscar aloft, a beacon of renewal, proof that the heart of performance never fades. Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer, a name now forever etched in Oscar history. In that electric moment of 2024, the years of dedication, the intensity poured into portraying the brilliant, tormented J. Robert Oppenheimer, culminated in a single golden statue. His performance, a masterclass in nuanced emotion and quiet devastation, resonated across the globe. The weight of the moment, the culmination of a career, visible in his eyes. An entire auditorium held its breath as he grasped the award, a symbol of recognition, a testament to the power of transformative artistry. A collective celebration rippled through the Dolby Theater, acknowledging a performance that redefined cinematic brilliance. In 2023, the Dolby Theater held its breath. Then, the name, Michelle Yeoh, Best Actress for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. A career, a legacy, built brick by brick across continents and genres, culminating in this, not just an award, but a seismic shift. Her performance, a supernova of grief, love, and martial arts mastery. A victory for immigrants, for Asian women, for anyone who dared to dream beyond limitations. Look at her face, decades of dedication, etched in every line. This wasn't just a win. It was a promise fulfilled, a door flung open, a universe of possibilities ignited. The room erupted, a standing ovation that echoed far beyond Hollywood, a testament to the power of one woman, one story, one extraordinary moment. The Dolby Theater, March 2022. A night poised for celebration, destined to etch itself into history. Will Smith, a titan of Hollywood, stood on the precipice of his career's zenith. King Richard, a role that demanded vulnerability, strength, a portrayal of a father's unwavering belief, had finally earned him the coveted Best Actor Oscar. Decades of dedication, of embodying characters that resonated with millions, culminated in this single, defining moment. But the air crackled with more than just anticipation. A joke, a reaction, an unforgettable slap reverberated across the globe. A collective gasp silenced the room, leaving the weight of the incident hanging heavy. Minutes later, through tears, Smith accepted his award, a bittersweet triumph forever intertwined with an act that challenged the very essence of that glamorous night. The year is 2021. Frances McDormand clutches her Best Actress Oscar for Nomadland, a film about resilience, loss, and the search for belonging on the American road. McDormand's raw, vulnerable performance resonated deeply, not with a speech, but a primal, unscripted howl, a release, a celebration of the wild spirit embodied by her character, Fern. It pierced through the formal atmosphere, a cathartic cry for all those who felt untethered, unseen. That howl echoed the film's message, to embrace the journey, to find connection in impermanence. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated humanity, forever etched in Oscar history. Joaquin Phoenix, Joker, 2020, a name, a a film forever etched in Oscar history. The weight of the golden statuette, mirroring the burden of Arthur Fleck, a soul laid bare, his portrayal, a descent into madness, a raw nerve exposed. The room held its breath. Acceptance speech, a plea for unity, for empathy, for change. This wasn't just an award, it was recognition of a fearless performance, a descent into the abyss, a triumph of art over adversity. In that moment, Phoenix wasn't just an actor, he was a conduit, channeling the unheard voices, the forgotten souls, a win that echoed far beyond the Dolby Theater. In 2019, time seemed to stop. Rami Malek, eyes wide with disbelief, held aloft the golden statuette, Best Actor, for his breathtaking portrayal of Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody, a performance that was more than mimicry, it was a resurrection. The Dolby Theater held its breath. Years of dedication, of pushing boundaries, distilled into this singular moment. The weight of the Oscar, the weight of legacy. He had become Freddie, and in that instant, so had we. The applause was deafening. A wave of pure, unadulterated joy for an actor who dared to dream big, and then dared to become legend. The Dolby Theater held its breath. Frances McDormand, raw grief etched on her face in 3 billboards, held Oscar gold aloft. It wasn't just a win, it was a reckoning, a performance that screamed, a woman's fury distilled into art. Then a hush. "I have something I need to say." Her voice, husky with emotion, commanded a room. All the female nominees in every category. "Stand with me." And they rose. A sea of gowns, a united front. Not just nominees, but warriors, artists, storytellers. Power pulsed in the air, palpable, electric. McDormand's roar echoed beyond the theater walls. Inclusion rider, a promise, a demand, a future rewritten. It was more than an award. It was a revolution, sparked by a grieving mother and a golden statue. In 2017, the world held its breath as Emma Stone's name echoed through the Dolby Theater. La La Land, a film that painted dreams in vibrant hues, had captured hearts, but it was Stone's raw, luminous portrayal of Mia, a struggling actress chasing her own star, that resonated deepest. As she clutched the golden statuette, it wasn't just an award, it was validation. Years of unwavering dedication, countless auditions, and a belief in the power of dreams had culminated in this singular, shining moment, a culmination of her hard work as an actress. The room seemed to shimmer with shared joy, a collective understanding of the beautiful fragility of pursuing one's passion, and the extraordinary reward when dreams finally take flight. It was more than an Oscar. It was a promise whispered to every dreamer in the audience and beyond. After decades of remarkable performances, the weight of expectation hung heavy in the air. The name Leonardo DiCaprio echoed through the Dolby Theater. For The Revenant, a brutal, visceral portrayal of survival against all odds, he had pushed himself beyond imaginable limits. Every gasp, every agonizing crawl across the frozen landscape had resonated with audiences. The envelope opened, a beat of silence, and then the words, Leonardo DiCaprio. An eruption of applause, a collective exhale of relief and joy. A standing ovation for a dedicated artist, finally receiving the ultimate recognition. More than just an award, it was a coronation, a testament to his unwavering commitment to his craft, a moment etched forever in cinematic history. In 2015, the Dolby Theater held its breath. Eddie Redmayne for his transformative portrayal of Stephen Hawking in The Theory of Everything, stood on the precipice of history. His performance, a breathtaking dance of physicality and raw emotion, had captivated the world. As his name echoed through the hall, a wave of disbelief and pure elation washed over him. Clutching the golden statuette, a symbol of unparalleled achievement, Redmayne's eyes mirrored the gravity of the moment. This wasn't just an award, it was a testament to the power of storytelling, the resilience of the human spirit, and the magic of cinema itself. A moment etched in Oscar history forever. In 2014, the Dolby Theater held its breath. Matthew McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club, a raw, transformative performance, had reached the pinnacle. Years of expectations, whispers of potential, crystallized in one golden statuette. His gaunt frame, a testament to dedication, held not just an Oscar but a symbol of resilience, of the power of storytelling, and of a career redefined. The air crackled with anticipation, relief, and a collective acknowledgement. This was more than an award, it was a coronation. 2013, the Dolby Theater held its breath. Jennifer Lawrence, for her raw, unflinching portrayal of Tiffany Maxwell in Silver Linings Playbook, had just won Best Actress. A star, supernova bright, ascending the stage. Then a trip, a stumble, a moment of vulnerability that somehow amplified everything. This wasn't just an award, it was validation for a fearless performance, a character etched in the hearts of millions. The gasp in the room wasn't for the fall, but for the realization that even in triumph, humanity endures. It was real, it was raw, it was Jennifer. In 2012, Jean Dujardin, star of The Artist, grasped more than just a golden statue. He held the weight of a silent film's triumphant return. His performance, a breathtaking dance of charisma and vulnerability, resurrected a bygone era. That night, Hollywood held its breath, captivated. The silence roared with applause. A French actor, a silent film, an unforgettable moment etched in Oscar history. This wasn't just a win, it was cinematic poetry in motion, celebrated and cherished. The lights dim, the hush falls, and then Colin Firth. The King's Speech had captivated the world, and tonight the Academy responded. A performance etched in vulnerability, resilience, a stammer transformed into strength. Hold in that Oscar, a culmination of years, of dedication. More than just an award, it was validation, recognition of the human spirit, embodied in a king, delivered by an actor who dared to bare his soul. That night the room held its breath, celebrating not just a performance, but the power of storytelling, the triumph over adversity, and the quiet dignity of Colin Firth. In 2009, the Dolby Theater held its breath. The name echoed Sean Penn. For his soul-stirring portrayal of Harvey Milk, a beacon of hope in the fight for LGBTQ+ rights, Penn stood triumphant. It wasn't just an award, it was a recognition of courage, both on and off screen. His transformation was complete. The line between actor and activist blurred. The air crackled with emotion, a testament to Milk's enduring legacy, amplified by Penn's powerful performance. In that moment, Hollywood celebrated not just acting prowess, but the power of cinema to spark change. In the annals of cinematic history, certain moments shimmer with a brilliance that transcends time. 2008. The Oscars. Daniel Day-Lewis, a titan of acting, ascends the stage. There Will Be Blood has carved its mark. His portrayal of Daniel Plainview, a man consumed by ambition and oil, had already become legendary. Watch his eyes, a flicker of humility beneath the weight of expectation. This wasn't just an award, it was a coronation. a testament to a performance so visceral, so raw, it left audiences breathless. The room holds its breath too, a collective understanding that they are witnessing not just an acceptance speech, but a celebration of artistry. He holds the golden statuette aloft. A victory hard won, a performance forever etched in our memories. The year is 2007. The lights dim, anticipation hangs heavy in the air, and then the words echo. Helen Mirren. Time seems to stop. For decades, she graced the stage and screen, a force of nature. But tonight was different. The Queen, a performance so raw, so regal, it redefined royalty itself. This golden statue, more than just an award, but a validation, a coronation, a moment where talent met destiny, etched forever in Oscar history. Look at her face, pure, unadulterated joy. This is not just a win, it's a reign. Here's Philip Seymour Hoffman, the weight of gold almost insignificant compared to the gravity of his performance in Capote. 2006, the Dolby Theatre held its breath. Not just an award, but a recognition of artistry, of inhabiting a soul so completely, so truthfully. Capote, the persona, the vulnerability, the brilliance. Hoffman became him. Look at his face. Humility, relief, perhaps even a touch of disbelief. This wasn't just a role. It was a transformation, a testament to the power of acting. A career defined, a moment etched in time. The year is 2005. The Dolby Theatre holds its breath. Jamie Foxx, Ray, Charles Reborn, clutches gold. More than a statue, it's validation. Years of honing his craft, channeling the genius and pain of a legend. He didn't just impersonate Ray, he became him. Every note, every stumble, every nuance poured onto the screen. The room erupts. A symphony of applause for a performance that transcended acting, a moment etched forever in Oscar history. Tears well, not of sadness, but triumph. This is more than a win, it's a legacy. 2004, the Kodak Theatre held its breath. Sean Penn, Mystic River, a performance etched in grief, a father consumed by loss. The name echoed a culmination of raw talent, a career of fearless choices. He held the golden statuette heavier than it seemed, a symbol of recognition, of piercing the human soul. The weight of the story, the character's pain, materialized in that moment. It wasn't just an award, it was an acknowledgement of the power of storytelling, the vulnerability of the human condition, and the brilliance of an actor who dared to dive into the depths of despair. 2003, the Dolby Theatre held its breath. Adrian Brody, for The Pianist, had just won Best Actor, a victory forged in silence in the emaciated frame of Władysław Szpilman, a Holocaust survivor, raw, unflinching, and devastatingly real. Brody, overwhelmed, ascended the stage. But what happened next etched itself into Oscar history. Defying protocol, seizing the moment, he embraced Halle Berry, the presenter, planting a kiss. Some saw romance, others impropriety. But beneath the controversy lay pure, unadulterated joy. A young actor, liberated, momentarily shedding the weight of history, celebrating a triumph against unimaginable odds. A raw, emotional kiss, a testament to the transformative power of art, forever sealed in time. The year is 2002. Halle Berry clutches the Oscar, the golden statue reflecting the tears streaming down her face. Monsters Ball had shocked audiences, a raw and unflinching portrayal of grief and redemption. But this moment, this was bigger than a film. It was history. Berry's win wasn't just for her. It was for every woman of color who'd been told their stories didn't matter. It was a crack in the glass ceiling, a symbol of hope, echoing through the Dolby Theater and beyond. A victory hard fought and exquisitely, undeniably deserved. Julia Roberts, Erin Brockovich, 2001. A moment etched in cinematic history. More than just an award, it was the culmination of a career, a validation of raw talent. That smile, pure, unadulterated joy. Erin Brockovich wasn't just a role, it was a transformation. Roberts embodied grit, determination, and a relentless spirit. The Valentino dress, a symbol of Hollywood glamour, embraced a woman who defied expectations. The Oscar, a golden testament to a performance that resonated with millions. That night, the world celebrated Julia, the artist, the icon. A true deserved victory. The year is 2000. The Dolby Theater holds its breath, and then the words, Kevin Spacey, American Beauty. Not just a name, but a moment crystallized in time. He ascends, a figure both humbled and triumphant. In his hands, the golden statuette, a symbol of validation for a performance that dared to explore the hidden desires and quiet desperation of suburban life. Lester Burnham, a man reborn from the ashes of routine, brought to life with a raw vulnerability that captivated audiences. The air crackles with energy, a mix of anticipation and celebration. This isn't just an award, it's a recognition of the power of storytelling, the magic of acting, and the enduring impact of American Beauty. 1999. The Dorothy Chandler Pavilion held its breath. Gwyneth Paltrow, luminous in pink, clutched the Best Actress Oscar for Shakespeare in Love. Tears streamed down her face, a raw, unguarded joy. It wasn't just a statue, it was validation. Her portrayal of Viola de Lesseps, a woman defying societal constraints for love and art, had resonated deeply. Every whispered line, every stolen glance, every act of rebellion had culminated in this moment. The weight of expectation, the years of dedication, the vulnerability of the performance, it all poured out. That night, Gwyneth wasn't just an actress. She was the embodiment of dreams realized, a testament to the power of believing in the impossible. The year is 1998. The name, Jack Nicholson. The film, As Good as It Gets. A hush falls over the crowd. Years of brilliance, of iconic performances, culminate in this single moment. A complex character, Melvin Udall, a man riddled with OCD, brought to life with raw vulnerability and unexpected charm. This Oscar, not just a golden statue, but a symbol of recognition, a testament to a career etched in cinematic history. Look at that smile, a mixture of relief, gratitude, and pure joy. This is more than an award. It's a coronation, a legend, acknowledged, a performance, immortalized. 1997. The Shrine Auditorium holds its breath. Frances McDormand, Fargo, a name etched in independent cinema, not just a role but a portrait of unwavering decency, painted against a canvas of Midwestern noir. Marge Gunderson, a pregnant police chief, a beacon of warmth in a world gone chillingly wrong. That night, the applause wasn't just for an actress, but for a character who embodied strength, humor, and the quiet heroism of everyday life. In her hands, the golden statue reflected more than just light. It mirrored a triumph of nuanced storytelling, a win for the Coens, a win for independent film, and a win for Frances, who stood there, radiating the same grounded grace as the woman she brought to life. A moment perfectly Fargo-esque, perfectly unforgettable. The lights blaze, the room hushes. Nicolas Cage clutching the golden statuette, a tangible symbol of a dream realized. It's 1996. The film Leaving Las Vegas, a raw, unflinching portrayal of a man surrendering to his demons. His Ben Sanderson wasn't just acting. It was a visceral descent, a breathtaking vulnerability laid bare. Tonight, the Academy acknowledges the power of that performance, the weight of the Oscar, more than gold, a recognition of the artistry, the bravery, the human truth he channeled. In that moment, the cheers fade, and you see not just an actor, but a soul laid bare, forever etched in the annals of cinematic history. The year is 1995. The Dolby Theater holds its breath. Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Two names now inseparable. He clutches the golden statue, a physical manifestation of a dream realized. This isn't just an award, it's a validation, acknowledgement of a performance that touched hearts, transcended boundaries, and reminded us all to find the extraordinary in the ordinary. The simple man, the extraordinary journey. The room erupts. Standing ovation. Years of dedication, sacrifice, and raw talent culminate in this singular, unforgettable moment. It's more than just an Oscar. It's a piece of cinematic history etched forever. In 1994, history unfolded. Tom Hanks clutching the golden statuette for Philadelphia, a film that dared to confront the AIDS crisis head-on. His portrayal of Andrew Beckett, a man fighting for his dignity in life, resonated deeply. The weight of the moment, the power of his performance, and the collective breath held by millions witnessing this triumph. It wasn't just an award, it was a recognition, a conversation starter, a symbol of empathy in a world desperately needing it. 1993, the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion holds its breath. Al Pacino, Scent of a Woman. 8 nominations, 7 losses prior, a lifetime of iconic roles, burning intensity, a legend defined, but never the golden statue. Then the words. Al Pacino, an explosion of relief, vindication, joy. The theater erupts. He clutches the Oscar, a culmination, a testament. Frank Slade, the blind, cantankerous, yet profoundly human Lieutenant Colonel, finally seen. This wasn't just an award, it was recognition. A moment etched in time, forever capturing the power of performance and the enduring magic of Al Pacino. The year is 1991. The air crackles with anticipation. Jeremy Irons, for his haunting portrayal of Klaus von Bülow in Reversal of Fortune, clutches the golden statuette, a performance etched in icy detachment and simmering ambiguity. It redefined the cinematic anti-hero. More than an award, it's a validation, a recognition of artistry that dared to explore the darkest corners of human complexity. In that moment, under the blinding lights, Irons wasn't just an actor, he was a conduit, channeling a character that both repelled and fascinated. The weight of the Oscar mirrored the weight of the role, a testament to a career-defining triumph. In 1990, the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion held its breath. Jessica Tandy, for Driving Miss Daisy, stood on that stage, clutching the Best Actress Oscar. At 80, she was the oldest winner in the category, a testament to a lifetime dedicated to her craft. Her Daisy Verthan wasn't just a character. It was a nuanced portrait of aging, resilience, and unexpected friendship, brought to life with grace and subtle power. That night, time seemed to pause, celebrating a legend, a performance, and the enduring magic of storytelling. The applause echoed not just for an award, but for a career brilliantly lived. The Shrine Auditorium, 1989. A Hush Falls. Dustin Hoffman. Rain Man. The name echoes, and a legend rises to accept his prize. Not just an award, but validation for a performance that redefined perception. Raymond Babbitt, a character etched in our minds, brought to life with unparalleled depth and sensitivity. Hoffman clutches the Oscar, a symbol of years dedicated to the craft, a recognition of the power of empathy. In that moment, the room vibrates with respect. It's a victory, not just for an actor, but for the art of storytelling itself. Rain Man resonated, and tonight Dustin Hoffman reaps the reward, a champion of the human spirit. 1988. Cher, Moonstruck. A moment etched in Oscar history. Not just a win, but a defiant victory. Years of proving herself, shattering expectations, finally culminating here. That Bob Mackie dress, a rebellious statement, mirroring the fiercely independent Loretta Castorini she embodied on screen. A character as complex as life itself. Love, loss, family, all swirling in the New York moonlight. This wasn't just recognition, it was validation. The Academy, acknowledging the undeniable talent of a woman who never stopped pushing boundaries. A single triumphant tear, perhaps, for the journey, a storybook ending realized. Paul Newman, The Color of Money, 1987. After 7 nominations, the legend finally held the Golden Statuette. Not for his piercing blue eyes, but for Fast Eddie Felson, a character resurrected after a quarter century. Decades of brilliance, of near misses, culminating in this moment. A standing ovation thundered through the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. It wasn't just an award, it was a coronation. Recognition for a lifetime dedicated to the craft. You could feel the respect in the air, the palpable joy for a man who had given so much to cinema. A victory not just for Newman, but for the enduring power of performance and a collective sigh of relief. He finally had it. In 1986, the Dolby Theater held its breath. William Hurt, for Kiss of the Spider-Woman, stood poised at the summit of his craft. He dared to embody Luis Molina, a gay window dresser imprisoned in a brutal Argentinian jail, a character both vulnerable and defiant, drawing strength from fantasy amidst oppression. The envelope opened. His name echoed through the hall, not just an award, but a validation, a nod to the power of empathy, the courage to inhabit a soul so different yet undeniably human. In that moment, holding that golden statue, Hurt wasn't just an actor, he was a testament to the transformative power of cinema itself. The hush of the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion breaks as Abraham's name echoes, a relative unknown, now a titan. His Salieri, a master class in envy and torment, had captivated the world. This wasn't just an award, it was validation. Decades of struggle, of honing his craft, crystallized in this single incandescent moment. The air crackles with possibility. Dreams, once distant whispers, now a tangible reality held firmly in his grasp. A win that resonated far beyond the stage, a symbol of perseverance rewarded, a story etched forever in Oscar history. Shirley MacLaine, Terms of Endearment, 1984, a moment etched in Oscar history. After decades of nominations, the Golden Statuette was finally hers, not just for any performance, but for Aurora Greenway, a character brimming with love, wit, and fierce independence. You can see the years, the passion, the sheer relief in her eyes. That night, the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion held its breath as she took to the stage, a legend finally crowned. It was more than a win. It was a celebration of a lifetime dedicated to the craft, a standing ovation long overdue. 1983. The Dolby Theatre hushed. Ben Kingsley. Gandhi, a name now synonymous with his face. A performance that transcended acting. It was an embodiment. Years dedicated to understanding, to becoming Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. In his hands, the golden statuette gleams. More than just recognition, it's a validation. A lifetime of artistry distilled into this singular moment. The weight of history, of responsibility, seems to settle upon his shoulders, yet his smile radiates pure, unadulterated joy. A win not just for an actor, but for a story, for a message, for the enduring power of peace, an icon immortalized. A lifetime etched in every line of his face. Henry Fonda, a legend finally holding the golden statue for On Golden Pond. After decades of iconic roles, this was more than just an award. It was a culmination. His portrayal of Norman Thayer Jr., a man confronting mortality on a serene lake, resonated deeply. The audience held its breath that night, a collective sigh of relief and joy as his name echoed through the auditorium. A standing ovation, a tribute to a career spanning generations. In his eyes, a quiet dignity, a reflection of the man he was and the indelible mark he left on cinema. Robert De Niro, Raging Bull, 1981. In that moment, a legend was cemented. The weight of that gold statue mirrored the brutal, transformative power he poured into Jake LaMotta. A performance that demanded everything, a physical and emotional metamorphosis rarely witnessed. The Dorothy Chandler Pavilion held its breath. His name echoed. And in his eyes, a flicker of vulnerability, a glimpse behind the method, acknowledging the raw, undeniable triumph. The Oscar, a validation of fearless artistry. Dustin Hoffman, Kramer vs. Kramer, 1980, a moment etched in Oscar history. The weight of the gold statuette, a tangible symbol of years dedicated to craft, now rests in his hands. This wasn't just an award, it was validation, a portrayal of raw vulnerability, a father grappling with loss and redemption. The Kodak Theater, hushed, expectant. Then, his name. A wave of applause, a collective acknowledgement of a performance that resonated deep within the soul. In that single moment, time seemed to stand still, capturing the electric energy of a dream realized, the culmination of dedication, artistry, and the enduring power of storytelling. It was more than a win. It was a testament to the human spirit, reflected in the eyes of a man holding his destiny. In 1979, the air crackled with anticipation. Jane Fonda, a figure of both admiration and controversy, stood poised on the precipice of cinematic history. Coming Home, a raw and unflinching portrayal of love and loss amidst the Vietnam War's turmoil, had captivated audiences. Her performance, a tapestry of vulnerability and strength, resonated deeply. When the words Jane Fonda echoed through the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, a hush fell. It wasn't just an award, it was a validation, a recognition of her artistry and courage. In that moment, holding the golden statuette, Fonda wasn't just a movie star. She was a symbol of a generation grappling with change, pain, and the enduring power of the human spirit. The Oscar, a glittering testament to a film that dared to confront the realities of war and its profound impact on those left behind. In 1978, the spotlight found Richard Dreyfuss. Just 30, he stood on the precipice of history, clutching the Oscar for Best Actor for his role in The Goodbye Girl. A wave of applause crashed over him, a validation of his captivating portrayal of Elliot Garfield, the eccentric actor who unexpectedly finds love. That night, Hollywood held its breath, celebrating a new generation of talent. Dreyfuss, radiating raw emotion, became the youngest ever to win the award at the time, a record that held for decades. It wasn't just an award, it was a symbol, a testament to the power of vulnerability, humor, and the enduring magic of storytelling. The weight of the golden statuette in his hand echoed the weight of expectation, hope, and a bright future unfolding before him. In 1977, the air crackled with anticipation. Faye Dunaway, the embodiment of ambition and icy allure, stood poised. Network, a film that dared to expose the raw nerve of television, had resonated deeply. When her name echoed through the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, a collective breath was held. The Best Actress Oscar, a golden promise, was hers. Her performance as Diana Christensen, a ruthlessly pragmatic television executive, was not just acting. It was a visceral portrait of a woman consumed by the pursuit of success. In that moment, holding the statuette aloft, she wasn't just Faye Dunaway. She was the face of a generation grappling with the seductive and corrosive power of media. It was a win that solidified her place in Hollywood history. The year is 1976. The Dolby Theater is alight with anticipation. And then the name echoes, Jack Nicholson, for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, a collective intake of breath. Nicholson, a rebel with a cause, a force of nature unleashed. His portrayal of Randall McMurphy, a defiant spirit battling a suffocating system, had resonated deeply. This wasn't just acting. It was a raw, visceral explosion of humanity. He ascends the stage, that signature grin playing on his lips. In his hand, the golden statuette, a symbol of validation, recognition, and the enduring power of a performance that dared to challenge the norm. It was more than an award, it was a coronation. In 1974, the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion held its breath. Jack Lemmon, a master of comedy, had bared his soul. His portrayal of Harry Stoner, a man battling despair and moral decay in Save the Tiger, resonated deeply. This wasn't just an award, it was validation. Acknowledgement of a performance so raw, so honest, it mirrored the anxieties of a generation. See his face, the relief, the humility. This moment, etched in Oscar history, captured the bittersweet triumph of an artist at his peak, finally recognized for the profound depth he brought to the screen. 1973. The Godfather reigns supreme. Marlon Brando, a titan, wins Best Actor, but the stage is not graced by him. Sachin Littlefeather, a young Apache actress, steps forward. A hush falls over the room, glittering with Hollywood's elite. She raises a hand, a gentle refusal. Brando, she announces, cannot accept this honor, citing the treatment of Native Americans in the film industry. Boos mingle with scattered applause. A moment meant for celebration becomes a flashpoint, a legend's towering performance overshadowed by a plea for justice. The weight of history hangs heavy in the air, an Oscar night forever etched in controversy, in protest, in power. In a year simmering with change, a figure stood defiant. Jane Fonda, no stranger to controversy, held gold. Clute wasn't just a role, it was a raw nerve exposed, a woman stripped bare, searching for truth in a world of shadows. This Oscar, it felt different. Not just recognition, but validation. For a performance that dared to be vulnerable, for a career that dared to challenge, and for a woman who refused to be silenced. The air crackled with anticipation that night, and in Fonda's grasp, that little golden man became a symbol of something much larger. A victory for bravery, a moment etched in time. In 1971, the Dolby Theatre held its breath. Glenda Jackson, for her fearless portrayal of Gudrun Brangwyn in Women in Love, heard her name called. A wave of disbelief, then elation, washed over her. This wasn't just an award, it was a recognition of raw talent, a validation of a performance that dared to expose the complexities of female desire and artistic frustration. The ceremony paused, all eyes on the British actress, the world watching her ascension to stardom. She clutched the golden statuette, a symbol of her achievement in a pivotal moment for women in cinema. In 1970, the Dolby Theatre held its breath. The Duke, John Wayne, a titan of the silver screen, stood poised. After a career spanning decades, the name John Wayne echoed through the auditorium as the winner of Best Actor for True Grit was announced. The stoic, weathered Rooster Cogburn had finally brought him gold. A collective sigh swept through the crowd. A career validated, a legend acknowledged. This wasn't just an award, it was a coronation. Holding that Oscar, Wayne wasn't just an actor. He was the embodiment of American cinema, forever etched in Oscar history. The house lights dimmed, applause thundered, and at that moment, John Wayne wasn't just winning an award, he was becoming an icon. 1969, the 41st Academy Awards. A star is reborn. Barbra Streisand for Funny Girl. Just 26, and the weight of expectation, a lifetime of dreams, rests on her shoulders. This wasn't just a role, it was Barbra. Raw vulnerability, incandescent talent, a force of nature unleashed. Funny Girl wasn't just a film, it was an event. And now, this, the golden statuette. Validation, recognition, a shared win as she tied with Katharine Hepburn. But in that moment, under those lights, it was all Barbra's. The world finally knew her name. The world finally believed. In a year of societal upheaval, a performance ignited the screen. Rod Steiger, as Police Chief Gillespie, dared to confront prejudice, embodying a man wrestling with his own biases. The tension, the sweat, the moral struggle etched onto his face, it was undeniable. On that Oscar night, a hush fell over the room as his name echoed. He rose, a giant of a man humbled by the moment. This wasn't just an award, it was a recognition of raw talent, a cinematic triumph over ingrained hatred, forever captured in a golden statuette, a win that resonated far beyond Hollywood. The year is 1967. Elizabeth Taylor, radiant yet vulnerable, clutches the golden statuette. Best Actress. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? A raw, searing performance, a battle of wills etched onto the screen, and now immortalized in Oscar gold. This wasn't just a win, it was validation, a defiant stamp of approval for a woman who dared to expose the darkest corners of the human heart. The applause thunders, a wave of respect washing over her. In that moment, Elizabeth Taylor wasn't just a movie star. She was a force of nature finally undeniably recognized for the volcanic talent that burned within. 1966, the Academy Awards. The name called Lee Marvin, the film Cat Ballou. A gasp, then thunderous applause. Not for a typical hero, but for a boozy, broken-down gunslinger, both hilarious and heartbreaking. Marvin, a World War II veteran, a man's man accepting the Golden Statuette. This wasn't just an award, it was validation. Recognition for a performance that redefined the Western anti-hero. He held it aloft, a symbol of a career hard-won, a moment etched in Hollywood history. A rebellious figure finally crowned, proving that sometimes the most unforgettable characters are the ones who stray furthest from the path. In 1965, the world watched as Julie Andrews, the practically perfect nanny from Mary Poppins, clutched her Best Actress Oscar, a debut performance that captivated hearts, soaring through chimney tops and painting the world with supercalifragilisticexpialidocious charm. That night, Hollywood held its breath, the air thick with anticipation. Andrews, a newcomer challenging seasoned veterans, her victory a sweet vindication. A triumph for a performance that redefined imagination, a moment etched forever in cinematic history, a star undeniably born. 1964. The moment Sidney Poitier for Lilies of the Field redefined what was possible. In his hands, the Golden Statuette, a symbol transcending mere award, representing a monumental shift. His performance, a quiet force of unwavering dignity, had resonated. The air crackled with emotion, hope, and the undeniable weight of history. It wasn't just an Oscar, it was a beacon, illuminating a path forward, forever etching his name into the soul of cinema. A victory not just for Poitier, but for generations who had waited for this moment. The year is 1963. The air crackles with anticipation. Then the name echoes Gregory Peck. For his towering portrayal of Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird, he's won. It wasn't just an award, it was validation, a symbol of the courage he embodied on screen, standing for justice, for compassion, in a world grappling with its own prejudices. Peck, his face etched with humility and grace, accepts the Golden Statue, a win for a man, a film, and a message that resonated far beyond that glittering night. A message of hope whispered on the wings of cinematic art, forever captured in that single iconic moment. In 1962, history unfolded. Sophia Loren, a name synonymous with Italian cinema, stood radiant, clutching the Best Actress Oscar for her devastating portrayal in Two Women. This wasn't just an award, it was a cultural earthquake. Lauren Cesira, a mother fighting for survival amidst the horrors of war, resonated with audiences worldwide. Her raw, visceral performance shattered stereotypes, proving that foreign cinema could command Hollywood's highest honor. That night, the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion held its breath, witnessing a star transcend borders, a triumph etched forever in Oscar's golden legacy. It was more than a win. It was a cultural bridge built in the power of profound storytelling and the undeniable brilliance of Sophia Loren. The year is 1961. The lights dim, an envelope is opened, and the name echoes, Burt Lancaster. For his searing portrayal of Elmer Gantry, the charismatic con man masquerading as a preacher, a role that challenged and captivated audiences, Lancaster claims the ultimate prize. This wasn't just an award, it was validation. A recognition of the raw power he unleashed on screen, a performance so electrifying it ignited a debate. See his smile, a mixture of relief, triumph, and perhaps a touch of disbelief. In that single moment, years of dedication, risks taken, and boundaries pushed coalesce into pure, unadulterated joy. He holds the golden statuette aloft, a beacon of a career-defining moment, forever etched in Oscar history. The applause thunders, a symphony of admiration for a legend at his zenith. In 1960, the world watched as Simone Signoret, a force of nature from across the Atlantic, stepped onto the Oscar stage. Her performance in Room at the Top wasn't just acting. It was a raw, honest portrayal of a woman caught between desire and despair. That night, the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion held its breath. When her name echoed, a collective gasp rippled through the audience. This wasn't just a win, it was a cultural bridge, a testament to the power of universal storytelling, and a moment frozen in time, a French icon forever enshrined in Hollywood history. Behold David Niven, a figure of impeccable charm, clutching the golden statuette. The year is 1959. The film, Separate Tables. This wasn't just an award, it was validation. He transformed into Major Pollock, a man battling inner demons, his vulnerability laid bare. That night, the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion held its breath. A career defined by wit found its poignant peak. The room erupted as his name echoed. Decades of performance now crystallized in gold. A silent acknowledgement of a performance that touched hearts. A win that reminded everyone beneath the debonair exterior lay profound depth. The Shrine Auditorium, 1958. A hush falls as Joanne Woodward's name echoes. The Three Faces of Eve. A film daring in its portrayal of dissociative identity disorder. Her performance wasn't just acting, it was a visceral embodiment of fractured identity, of trauma barely contained. Accepting the Oscar, a nervous grace washes over her. It's more than a golden statuette. It's validation. It's a spotlight illuminating a performance that transcended the screen, forcing audiences to confront the complexities of the human mind. In that moment, Joanne Woodward wasn't just an actress. She was a champion for empathy, forever etched in Oscar history. In 1956, the world held its breath. Anna Magnani, a force of nature known for raw, unfiltered emotion. The Rose Tattoo, Tennessee Williams' love letter to the Italian spirit, found its muse in her. That night, the Dolby Theater throbbed. When her name echoed, a collective gasp arose. This wasn't just an award, it was a recognition of profound artistry. A career spanning decades, finally, celebrated on the grandest stage. Magnani, a woman who bled truth onto the screen, cradled the golden statuette. More than gold, it represented a triumph over hardship, a testament to her unwavering dedication. The emotion, palpable, etched forever in Oscar history. 1955. Hollywood held its breath. Marlon Brando, On the Waterfront. An actor who ripped through the screen, raw and real as life itself. His Terry Malloy, a broken boxer, a conscience wrestling with corruption. It was a performance that redefined acting. This wasn't just a role, it was a visceral experience. The weight of the world etched on his face, and in that moment, as he gripped that golden statue, the years of groundbreaking work, the defiance, the sheer talent, it all culminated. This wasn't just an award, it was a recognition of a seismic shift in acting, a raw nerve exposed on the silver screen, a legend cemented forever. 1954, The Pantages Theater Shimmers, William Holden, Stalag 17. The name echoes as he rises, a reluctant hero accepting the ultimate accolade, not for matinee idol charm, but for a raw, cynical portrayal of a POW grappling with betrayal. It was a performance that burrowed under your skin, questioning trust in a world stripped bare. In his hand, the golden statuette, a symbol of vindication, acknowledgement of the dark corners he dared to explore. That night, Holden wasn't just a star. He was an artist, recognized. Shirley Booth, Come Back Little Sheba, 1953. More than just a golden statue, it was the culmination of a lifetime's dedication. Her portrayal of Lola Delaney, a woman drowning in loneliness and lost dreams, resonated with raw, painful honesty. That night, the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion held its breath. When her name was announced, a collective sigh of relief and admiration swept through the room. This wasn't just an award. It was recognition for a performance that had touched hearts, a testament to the power of vulnerability, a beacon of hope for those who felt unseen. In that moment, Shirley Booth, the stage veteran, became a legend. 1952, Humphrey Bogart, The African Queen. A name synonymous with tough guys, forever etched in Hollywood's golden age. But tonight, something different. Look at that smile. Genuine. Not the cynical grin of Sam Spade, but pure, unadulterated joy. This wasn't just another role. It was a revelation. A vulnerable, comedic, and deeply human performance as Charlie Allnut, the gin-soaked riverboat captain. After decades of playing the hard-boiled hero, Bogart finally held gold. This Oscar wasn't just for the African Queen. It was for every role, every sacrifice, every year spent honing his craft. It was a validation, a coronation. The room erupted, a standing ovation for a legend finally recognized, bathed in the triumphant glow of a well-deserved victory. In 1951, the Grand Ballroom held its breath. José Ferrer, the man with the impossibly long nose and an even larger heart, stood tall. His Cyrano de Bergerac wasn't just a performance. It was a revelation, a whirlwind of wit, passion, and heartbreaking sacrifice. To win Best Actor wasn't just an award, it was validation, a triumph over typecasting, a recognition of sheer artistry. That night, Ferrer didn't just hold a golden statuette, he held the culmination of a dream, reflecting the hopes and dreams of every artist in the room. In 1950, the radiant Olivia de Havilland clutches her Best Actress Oscar for The Heiress. More than just gold, it's recognition of a powerhouse performance. She embodied Catherine Sloper, a woman underestimated, overlooked, yet resilient. That night, the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion buzzed. Hollywood royalty held their breath. When her name echoed, it signaled a shift, a quiet triumph over typecasting, a testament to her profound skill. It was a victory etched not just in history, but in the very air of that glamorous, bygone era. In 1949, the hallowed halls of the Academy Awards held their breath. The name echoed Laurence Olivier, the film Hamlet. More than just an award, this was a coronation. Olivier's portrayal, a tortured prince wrestling with fate, resonated with a world recovering from its own battles. His Hamlet wasn't just acting, it was a descent into the very soul. As he clasped the Oscar, a tangible embodiment of his genius, it was more than a win for him. It was a triumph for Shakespeare, for the power of performance, and for the enduring art of storytelling. In that moment, Olivier became synonymous with the role, forever etching his name in cinematic history. The theater world rejoiced. Hollywood did too. The king had arrived. A hush falls over the Shrine Auditorium, 1948. Loretta Young's name echoes. Best Actress for The Farmer's Daughter. In a world recovering from war, hope flickers. This isn't just an award, it's a recognition of resilience, of an actress who dared to shed glamour for raw, honest portrayal. Her performance as Katie Holstrom, the Swedish farm girl turned political powerhouse, resonated deeply. See the joy in her eyes, the palpable emotion. It's a moment etched in cinematic history, a testament to the power of storytelling and the enduring magic of the silver screen. More than an Oscar, it's a dream realized, a triumph celebrated, a legacy secured. In 1947, the world still felt the echoes of war. On Oscar night, hope mingled with remembrance. Frederick March, a titan of the stage and screen, stood tall, clutching his Best Actor Oscar for The Best Years of Our Lives. He portrayed Al Stevenson, a soldier returning home, grappling with a world irrevocably changed. March didn't just act. He embodied the quiet struggle, the unspoken pain of a generation. The applause that night wasn't just for a performance, it was for every veteran, every family piecing themselves back together. It was a moment of collective catharsis, a shared acknowledgement of sacrifice and resilience, etched forever in Oscar history. This wasn't just an award, it was validation. Acknowledgement of the power of unflinching honesty. It was an artist being recognized for holding a mirror to society's hidden pain, and for one night, making it beautiful, making it gold. The year is 1945. The world weary from war finds solace in simple stories. Tonight, Bing Crosby, the crooner with the golden voice, holds aloft the Best Actor Oscar for Going My Way. A moment of pure joy, not for a tough guy, but for Father O'Malley, a gentle priest who connects with troubled youth through music and understanding. Crosby's performance resonated deeply, offering hope and humanity in dark times. This Oscar wasn't just for him. It was a symbol of optimism, a shared dream of a brighter future, held tight in the hands of America's favorite voice. In 1944, a poignant moment unfolded. Paul Lukas, a name synonymous with quiet intensity, clutches the Best Actor Oscar for Watch on the Rhine. More than just an award, it was recognition of his profound portrayal of Kurt Muller, a German anti-fascist fighting for freedom during a world at war. The atmosphere that night was thick with emotion, a nation grappling with conflict, finding solace in stories of courage and resistance. Lucas's win resonated deeply, a beacon of hope, illuminated by the golden glow of the statuette, a testament to the power of art reflecting and shaping a tumultuous reality. Greer Garson, Mrs. Miniver. The name itself evokes strength, resilience. In 1943, as the world grappled with war, Hollywood offered a beacon of hope. Garson, as Mrs. Miniver, portrayed a woman facing unimaginable adversity with unwavering grace. That Oscar night, the air crackled with a unique tension. It wasn't just about movies, it was about acknowledging the spirit of a generation. When Garson's name was announced, a collective sigh swept through the room. Her performance resonated deeply, mirroring the struggles and triumphs of families everywhere. Holding that Oscar, Garson wasn't just an actress. She was a symbol of hope, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit amidst darkness. A moment suspended in time. In a world shadowed by war, a beacon of heroism shone from Hollywood. Gary Cooper, embodying the reluctant warrior Alvin York, captured hearts and minds. This wasn't just acting, It was a testament to American values, a reflection of the courage being forged on distant battlefields. That Oscar night, amidst the anxieties of a nation at war, Cooper's win was more than an award. It was a validation, a symbol of hope, a shared moment of pride as America faced its greatest test. His humble acceptance, his genuine gratitude resonated deeply, a promise that even in the darkest times, the spirit of a true American hero could prevail. In 1939, the air crackled with anticipation. Bette Davis, nominated for Jezebel, a role that showcased her fiery spirit and dramatic intensity, waited. This wasn't just another award, it was a validation, a defiant roar against the studio system that had tried to tame her. The announcement echoed, "Bette Davis!" A collective gasp, then thunderous applause. On that night, a star was not just born. A force of nature was finally undeniably recognized. Jezebel secured her place in cinema history, and Bette Davis, holding that golden statuette, held the world in her hands. Look at this moment. Spencer Tracy, just moments after winning the Best Actor Oscar for Captains Courageous, 1938. A world on the brink, yet here, in this room, a celebration of artistry. He transformed himself into Manuel, the Portuguese fisherman, with a heart of gold. It wasn't just acting, it was becoming. The warmth in his eyes, the genuine emotion he brought to the screen, it resonated deeply. This Oscar? More than just gold. It's recognition of the transformative power of performance. A beacon of hope shining amidst a darkening world, captured forever in Tracy's humble, almost surprised expression. A legendary moment. In 1937, history was made. Paul Mooney, for his breathtaking portrayal in The Story of Louis Pasteur, stood on the precipice of cinematic immortality. The air crackled with anticipation, a symphony of flashing lights and hushed whispers. His performance, a beacon of dedication and transformative artistry, had captivated the world. Receiving that golden statuette wasn't just an award, it was a validation, a coronation of his unwavering commitment to the craft. It was a moment suspended in time, a testament to the power of storytelling, forever etching Paul Mooney's name into the annals of Hollywood legend. Bette Davis clutches the golden statuette for Dangerous, 1936. Not just an award, but a symbol. Years of tireless work, battling studio heads, finally validated. Her portrayal of Joyce Heath, a self-destructive actress, resonated with a raw, unflinching honesty unseen before. That night, the Biltmore Bowl buzzed, a mix of glamour and anticipation. But for Bette, it was more than just a win, it was a defiant roar, announcing her arrival as a force to be reckoned with, forever changing the landscape of Hollywood acting. 1935. The air crackled with anticipation. Clark Gable, a man built of charisma and charm, clutches the Best Actor Oscar for It Happened One Night. In his hands, a golden symbol of a performance that captivated a nation. His portrayal of Peter Warren wasn't just acting, it was effortless, magnetic. This wasn't just an award, it was the affirmation that a rogue, a charmer, a man who broke free from the studio system could reign supreme in Hollywood. Look at his face. The weight of expectation lifted, replaced by a genuine, almost disbelieving joy. In that single moment, a legend was cemented, a career trajectory forever altered. The king had arrived, and he wasn't going anywhere. In 1934, history was made. Charles Laughton, a titan of the stage and screen, clutched the golden statuette, his Best Actor Oscar for The Private Life of Henry VIII, a role devoured, inhabited, made his own. He was no longer an actor, but Henry himself, a king of immense appetite and unpredictable moods. The room buzzed with anticipation, then erupted. This wasn't just a win, it was validation. A moment etched in time, recognizing a performance that redefined acting itself. The sheer weight of the award mirrored the impact of his portrayal, a testament to artistry that would echo through the ages. That night, Laughton wasn't just crowned, he was immortalized. The year is 1933. Amidst the glitz of Hollywood's golden age, a burly figure stood tall, Wallace Beery. He clutched the coveted golden statuette, his Best Actor Oscar for The Champ, a film that punched you in the gut, a tearjerker about a washed-up boxer and his devoted son. Beery's raw portrayal, a complex blend of vulnerability and grit, resonated deeply with audiences. The night crackled with anticipation. Beery's win, a testament to a powerful performance, cemented his place among the greats. It was more than an award. It was a symbol of hope and resilience during tough times, a validation of the enduring power of human connection on the silver screen. A champion crowned, a legacy secured. Helen Hayes, The Sin of Madeleine Claudet, 1932, the 4th Academy Awards. The air crackled with anticipation. Then her name, Hayes, a titan of the stage, now crowned queen of the screen. Madeleine Claudet, a story of heartbreaking sacrifice, etched on film with raw emotion. Her performance, a masterclass in quiet strength, in maternal love that knew no bounds. This Oscar? A symbol. Not just of recognition, but of enduring artistry, forever capturing a moment of pure, undeniable talent, bathed in the golden glow of Hollywood's embrace. In 1931, the Ambassador Hotel ballroom buzzed with anticipation. The air, thick with dreams and ambition, held its breath as the name George Arliss echoed. For his masterful portrayal of Benjamin Disraeli in Disraeli, Arliss was crowned Best Actor. A hush fell as he rose, a titan of the stage now immortalized on film. This wasn't just an award, it was validation of years dedicated to his craft, a recognition of a performance that breathed life into history. In that moment, George Arliss wasn't just an actor. He was Disraeli, a legend accepting his due. It was a night etched in Hollywood history, a testament to the transformative power of performance. Mary Pickford, America's sweetheart, clutches the gold statuette, a beacon in the dawn of cinema's most celebrated night. 1930, the 2nd Academy Awards. Her performance in Coquette, a departure from her usual sunny roles, resonated deeply. It wasn't just a win, it was validation. A queen of the silent era, proving her reign in the talkies. Feel the weight of that Oscar, the weight of expectation, the weight of a legacy solidified under the flickering lights of a hopeful Hollywood. Janet Gaynor, Sunrise, A Song of Two Humans, 1929. Imagine, the very first Academy Awards. Hollywood's elite gathered, breathless with anticipation. And there she was, a star blossoming, receiving the inaugural Best Actress Oscar, not just for Sunrise, but for Seventh Heaven and Street Angel, too. A sweeping recognition of a talent that captured hearts. Her vulnerable, expressive face, a window into profound emotion. In that moment, history was made. A young woman embodying the dawn of a new era in cinema, forever immortalized in gold.